Good morning, Malta and Gozo, and welcome to another edition of Lovin Daily. I'm Tim, joined today by Paula, and today's episode of Lovin Daily is brought to you by Musica, an upcoming festival in March next year that's going to be celebrating the Maltese language. Applications are set to open. They're looking for singers, authors, bands, composers. Applications open on the 28th of October, and they last until the 30th of October. So if you want to be part of the show, something to look forward to, after these months we've spent without any events, if you want to be a part of this show, then apply at musica.org and show the country and indeed the world your talent. And let's get into it. Today's stories. Malta adds 10 new countries to its amber list as COVID-19 cases rise. Health authorities discourage the sole use of face shields. Yorgen Fenech's lawyer claims Melvin Theuma bought his presidential pardon for €17,000. Pope Francis endorses same-sex civil unions. And a Mellieħa teen with ADHD spends the pandemic planting trees around his neighbourhood. Paula, let's get into it.
Storja kif tajbin ġdiedu pajjiżi fuq l-lista tal-amber list għal dawk li forsi nesew x'tfisser l-amber list, ġifieri mill-pajjiżi li ser nkun qed insemmi kull min jidħol f'pajjiżna minn dawn l-ajruporti ser ikollu jippreżenta test negattiv li jkun ittieħed mhux iktar minn 72 siegħa qabel ma jaslu huma f'pajjiżna. Il-pajjiżi ħanajdhom bl-Ingliż, imħalli ma toqgħodx tirrepeti warajja bl-Ingliż huma Austria, Belgium, Bulgaria, Czech Republic, France for Paris and Marseille, airports Hungary, Ireland, Netherlands, Poland, the Gdansk and Krakow airports, the Porto airport in Portugal, in Spain we've got the Madrid, Barcelona and Girona airports, Switzerland, Tunisia, UK. With regards to the Belfast, Cardiff, Leeds, Liverpool, Manchester and Newcastle airports. Ġifieri l-lista żdiedet mod konsiderevoli anke għaliex is-sitwazzjoni tal-COVID madwar id-dinja kif mistenni fix-xhur tal-influwenza qiegħda tigrava u għalhekk wieħed irid jekk sifer għal iktar minn 3 ijiem jagħmel test hemmhekk qabel jiġi Malta jew inkellek il-btala hija qasira sar minn 3 ijiem jista' jagħmluha Malta stess. Min ma jippreżentax dan it-test negattiv jista' jkun soġġett għal testing fl-ajruport internazzjonali ta' Malta. Nimmaġinaw ukoll li bir-rapid testing li dieħel fil-jiem li ġejjin iktar nies ser ikunu ttestjati, iktar nies li ma jippreżentawx negative test u hekk wieħed jibda jaqbad ukoll il-każijiet li ġejjin barra minn Malta lejn pajjiżna.
So yes, if you're coming to Malta from one of these countries, it's obviously worth it to get tested before, because if you do test positive at the airport, then you will have to spend 2 weeks in quarantine in Malta. So, but meanwhile, Malta's spike in COVID-19 cases continued yesterday. 155 new cases were confirmed, continuing a recent trend of daily, 3-digit figures. Now, new measures were introduced a few days ago, and I suppose I have to wait a few weeks to realize whether they're effective at all. But moving on.
Di tal-maskri interessanti, Tim, li ħarġu l-awtoritajiet tas-saħħa x'taħseb inti dwarha?
Yeah, no, exactly. So you mean about the face shields? Yes, exactly. So
kif qed tevolvi x-xjenza fejn jidħlu affarijiet li minn għalina nkunu nafuhom jew le?
Well, yeah, no, so like if you just want to rewind a bit, a few months ago, the World Health Organization was telling people, advising people not to wear any masks or face shields or anything because you will end up touching your face more. Then they said you should wear masks and face shields. Now they're saying you should just wear masks. So I'm afraid face shields are no longer being encouraged by the health authorities. I know a lot of people preferred using them over masks because they allowed you to breathe a bit easier. But apparently they're not as effective. Therefore, you can wear one over a mask, but not just a face shield as an alternative to a mask. I personally, I've always found them a bit to look quite goofy, to be honest, these face shields. I've always preferred masks, but...
Jena kienu jidaħuni, il-kelma jidaħuni, ktaj irrabjawni minn, alright, li best face shield, tellaħħasa taħt il-hairline, u biex il-face shield jirġa' jekk għandek ħallek prattikament barra u minn għalik li protetta. Nek daw iċ-chin face shields li bil-kem jattulek il-ponta ta' mnieħrek, tkollhom naqsem is-serkelek, ikollok minn għaddejlek lejna protett. I mean, ma nitħux bina nfusna u b'ta' madwarna nipprovaw insibu dawn in-naqra loopholes. Għaliex qegħdin nagħmlu affarijiet bla sensu.
Samma, għalija bla sensu koll li għandek tilbes maskra jekk tkun literalment waħdek fil-kampanja.
I mean, inti garanzija f'dal pajjiż bħal meta kellna kulħadd miexi fil-COVID, ma tantx nasib ħajkun għatfadal possibbli tiltaqax ma' nies. Però jekk wieħed jibda jaġġel jaqta' nnifsu, jneħħi l-maskra biex jieħu nnifs żgur li mhux ħajla
Kif biex tieħu sigaret ukoll.
Jew sigar qassata ta' tsilma aranti. Ovvjament ma nipprovawx insibu loopholes minn issa għal regola li ilha magħna 4 ijiem għaliex inkunu qegħdin nidħu bil-pajjiż u bl-isforzi kollha qed isiru minn kulħadd biex nelbu dawn ix-xhur diffiċli li qed taffaċċja.
It's an evolving situation.
Ekku. Imma importanti li kulħadd ikun flessibbli u jimxi ġifieri mhux jqarrulek xi ħaġa sitt xhur ilu l-awtoritajiet tas-saħħa tibqa' tinsisti fuqha nimxu daqsxejn. Inbidlu t-tema kompletament. Il-bieraħ kompeti kompetizzjoni ta' Yorgen Fenech fejn oħroġ il-ħaġa preġa kien hemm naqta xogħol fil-qorti jidher li din id-darba l-avukati ta' Yorgen Fenech qegħdin jisħu illi Melvin Theuma ħalla 17,000 euro biex xtara il-presidential pardon. Jidher illi Edwin il-ġojja kien il-middleman tal-middleman skont dak li qegħdin jgħidu l-avukati ta' Melvin Theuma. Ma nafux minn ħada l-17,000 qed jagħmlu referenza għal xi recordings illi mhumiex fil-possess tal-prosekuzzjoni u li l-dunkwe ta' dan ix-xew il-bieraħ kien illi Yorgen Fenech qed jinżamm arrestat kawża ta' każ orkestrat minn Giddib.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but it seems quite obvious that the prosecution's testimony hinges a great deal on Melvin Theuma's word, and it's quite clear that Yorgen Fenech's lawyer's main strategy at the moment is to discredit the main witness, which is Melvin Theuma. So they're trying to find everything possible to make Melvin Theuma out to be a liar, now claiming he even bought his pardon, and whether it's true or not, I honestly don't know. I mean, if there are tapes, I suppose we should hear them. But let's also understand this in terms of legal strategy on behalf of the lawyers.
Jiena vera nixtieq l-qrati ħaffu, rajt, hemm ħafna każijiet il-qorti pendenti kulħadd jara tiegħu, kulħadd iħoss l-inġustizzja tiegħu. Imma f'dal każ qegħdin indumu xhur u ġimgħat bejn seduta oħra biex nisimgħu biċċa żgħira informazzjoni żejda, ma nistax nifhem għaliex ma nistgħux naġlu l-proċess. Kollu ovvjament fidejn l-imħalfin. Naddu, għal storja xektar feliċi?
Yes, so Pope Francis came out with quite a pretty, amazing statement yesterday, endorsing same-sex civil unions. Now, the Church has often been, is renowned to be quite anti-homosexuality because there are some words in the Bible which denounce it, but the Pope himself, the leader of the Catholic Church, actually called for civil union laws, and saying that homosexual people are children of God just like everybody else, and they have a right to be part of a family like everybody else.
Għal min forsi ma jifhimx daqshekk ċar u ħajibqa' jippersisti li le dawn il-persuni mhumiex aċċettati, ta' eżempju vera konkret biex jifhmu kulħadd fejn il-Papa Franġisku qal nikotah, you cannot kick someone out of a family nor make their life miserable għaliex ikunu gay. Fl-aħħar minn jaf kemm hemm persuni li jħossu li issa saret ġustizzja magħhom, speċjalment persuni mill-komunità LGBTIQ li forsi kienu reliġjużi u li ma tħallewx jippratikaw ir-reliġjon tagħhom fil-Knisja għaliex forsi ma kinux imħeġġa jersqu. Nisperaw li dawn in-nies jieħdu ġustizzja, li dawn in-nies li twarbu jerġgħu ikun hemm min jipprova jiġbidhom lura l-Knisja għaliex fl-aħħar daw is-snin kollha ta' tbatija spiritwali forsi temmew dan il-Papa jibqa' jagħmel affarijiet kbar fis-sempliċità tiegħu u asset qawwija li kellha bżonn il-Knisja f'dawn is-snin.
It's not easy to just change dogma because dogma is meant to be coming from God, so and God doesn't really change his dogma. So for a Pope to say something like this, it's quite significant in the history of the Catholic Church as well.
U storja ħelwa oħra biex nagħlqu programm ta' xi heavy llum jidher li żagħżugħ mill-Mellieħa ġejden xikluna 14-il sena illi bat mill-ADHD uża x-xhur ta' pandemija biex iħawwel is-siġar madwar il-lokalità tiegħu. Però fil-pajjiż li ngħixu fih fejn dejjem ħassib il xi ħadd li jikkritikak jidher li dan it-tfajjel ukoll dan l-att ta' dan it-tfajjel ġie rrappurtat lill-Pulizija imma jidher il-Pulizija mhumiex ħajmexxu fuq ir-rapport ta' dan iż-żagħżugħ li juża l-ħin tiegħu flok fuq il-PlayStation imma jipprova jgħin l-ambjent. Temmen inti li jkun hemm min jirrapporthom l-affarijiet.
I'm wondering whether the government will give him the land like it gave Mizib to DFK in case.
Ikun għamil biċċa xogħol se kulħadd jintefa' jiżra s-siġar kieku.
Well, that was the argument, like we planted the trees, therefore we have rights to the land. So.
Ole miskin. Imma proset dan iż-żagħżugħ għamil biċċa xogħol tajba, jalla jkun hemm żagħżugħ oħra jagħmlu bħalek u jalla ma jkunx hemm nies daqshekk sensittivi li jippruvaw jirrapportaw dawn l-atti ġenwini.
This also shows that you can spend times in the pandemic doing a good cause as well. So that's it for today. A reminder that today's episode was brought to you by Musica Musica, an upcoming festival that's going to be held in March of next year, one of the first, hopefully post-pandemic festivals that's going to be celebrating the Maltese language. Applications are going to open on the 28th of October for singers, authors, bands, composers. They're opening on the 28th of October. Applications open till the 30th. If you want to be a part of it, apply at musicamusica.org to show your talent to the world. And that's it for today. And from Paul and I, have a day full of love.
And wear your mask.
And wear your mask. Or the visor.